Coins are more than just money. They are small metal objects that we carry in our pockets, but they hold big stories. If you look closely at a coin, you can learn about the country it comes from. You can see its history, its art, and what its people believe. This is especially true for Iran. The history of Iran's commemorative coins is a journey through time. Each coin is like a page in a history book. It tells us about kings and revolutions. It shows us beautiful art and important ideas. From the powerful lions of the Qajar kings to the religious symbols after the 1979 revolution, these coins are tiny storytellers. They help us understand Iran's changing identity. These small metal discs are official documents. They are made by governments to celebrate important moments. They might mark a king's birthday, a military victory, or a scientific achievement. Because they are official, they show us what the leaders of a country want their people to remember. They want people to feel proud of their nation's history and culture. In Iran, this is very clear. The designs on the coins change when the government changes. A new ruler brings new symbols. A new political system brings new messages. Following the story of these coins is like walking through a museum of Iranian history, with each piece telling a unique part of a much larger tale. The art on these coins is also very important. Iranian artists have been famous for centuries for their beautiful calligraphy, detailed patterns, and powerful symbols. This artistic skill is easy to see on the coins. The way a lion is drawn, the style of the script, or the portrait of a ruler all show the artistic trends of the time. These coins are not just functional objects. They are miniature works of art. They were designed to be beautiful as well as useful. They were meant to impress not only the people using them every day, but also other nations. The quality of the metal, gold, silver, or copper, also tells a story about the wealth and resources of the empire or state at that time. In this essay, we will travel through more than 200 years of Iranian history. We will do this by looking at its commemorative coins. We will start with the grand and ornate coins of the Qajar dynasty. Then, we will see how the Pahlavi Shahs used coins to build a modern, nationalist identity. We will explore the dramatic changes that came with the Islamic Revolution, and how the coins changed to reflect new religious and political values. Finally, we will look at the coins of modern Iran, which celebrate everything from holy sites to scientific progress. Each coin is a key, unlocking a small part of Iran's complex and fascinating story. The Qajar dynasty ruled Iran from 1789 to 1925. Their coins tell a story of royal power and tradition. The most common symbol you will find on Qajar coins is the lion and sun. This is an ancient Persian symbol. It shows a powerful lion holding a sword, with a sun rising behind it. This image represented the king, or Shah. The lion stood for his strength and bravery, while the sun represented divine glory. When people used these coins, they were constantly reminded of the Shah's absolute authority. The coins were often made of silver and gold, showing the wealth of the empire. They were not just for buying things, they were symbols of the king's might. The designs on Qajar coins were very artistic and detailed. The calligraphy, or writing, was especially beautiful. The name of the Shah, such as Nasr al-Din Shah or Mozaffar al-Din Shah, would be written in elegant Persian script. It was often surrounded by intricate floral patterns or wreaths. This wasn't just decoration. It was a way to show the cultural sophistication of the Persian court. The artists who engraved the coin dies were masters of their craft. Each coin was a small masterpiece, combining political messaging with high art. The coins were often hand-struck, which means each one is slightly different, adding to their unique character and charm for collectors today. Commemorative coins from this era often marked important royal events. For example, a special coin might be minted for the coronation of a new Shah. These coins were usually larger and made of high-quality silver or gold. They were given as gifts to important officials and foreign diplomats. They were not meant for everyday use. One famous example is the coin minted for the coronation of Ahmad Shah Qajar, the last ruler of the dynasty. These pieces are highly valued by collectors because they are rare and represent a specific moment in history. They are tangible links to the ceremonies and power struggles of the Persian court just before its end. As the Qajar dynasty grew weaker in the early 20th century, the quality of some coins began to decline. The empire faced political problems and pressure from foreign powers like Britain and Russia. This instability was sometimes reflected in the coinage. The silver content might be lower, or the striking of the coin less careful. Even so, the central symbols of the lion and sun remained. They were a constant reminder of a long-standing Persian identity. even as the dynasty itself was fading. These coins capture the final years of a long and important chapter in Iranian history, a time of fading glory before a new era would begin. In 1925, the Qajar dynasty ended. A new ruler, Reza Shah Pahlavi, came to power. He wanted to modernize Iran and build a strong centralized nation. He believed that Iran needed to look forward, but also connect with its ancient pre-Islamic past. This new vision was immediately reflected in the country's coins. One of the first things Reza Shah did was change the national symbol. The traditional lion and sun was still used, but it was redesigned. The new design was cleaner and more modern, less ornate than the Qajar version. It was a signal that a new, more streamlined era had begun, one focused on order and progress. Reza Shah also introduced new portraits on the coins. For the first time in centuries, the image of the ruler appeared on Iranian money. Coins were minted with Reza Shah's portrait on one side. He was shown in a military uniform and the Pahlavi crown, looking firm and determined. This was a powerful statement. It moved away from the symbolic representation of the Qajars and put the Shah's own image directly into the hands of the people. It said, "I am the leader, and I am guiding this nation into the future." The coins became a tool for building a personality cult around the new monarch and reinforcing his authority across the country. The themes of the new coins also shifted. While Qajar coins focused on royal titles and traditional symbols, Pahlavi coins began to celebrate the nation itself. The reverse side of the coins often featured wreaths or other symbols of national pride. The calligraphy was changed to a simpler, more modern font. The very names of the coins were updated. The old currency names were replaced with the rial. All these changes were part of Reza Shah's larger project of reform. He was building new roads, railways, and industries. The new coins were part of this modernization. They looked and felt different, just as the country was becoming different. The materials and quality of the coins were also very important to Reza Shah. He wanted Iran's money to look strong and respectable, just like the money of European nations. The minting process became more standardized and industrial. Gold and silver coins were produced to very high standards. These coins were not just for show, they were a way of demonstrating Iran's economic stability and its ambition to be a modern player on the world stage. For Reza Shah, a well-made coin was a symbol of a well-run country. His coinage was a key part of his campaign to transform Iran's image both at home and abroad. After Reza Shah abdicated in 1941, his son, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, became the Shah of Iran. He continued his father's project of modernization, but with an even greater emphasis on Iran's ancient imperial history. His reign saw the production of many beautiful commemorative coins. These coins were designed to connect his own rule with the great Persian emperors of the past, like Cyrus the Great and Darius. The goal was to build a powerful sense of national pride. The coins showed the world that Iran was not just a modernizing country, but the heir to a glorious 2,500-year-old civilization. This was a message of continuity and greatness. The coins from this period are known for their exceptional artistry and quality. They often featured a portrait of Mohammad Reza Shah, sometimes with his wife, Empress Farah Diba. The portraits were realistic and dignified, showing a confident and modern monarchy. The reverse side of the coins would often depict symbols of the ancient Persian Empire. You might see images of the ruins of Persepolis, the tomb of Cyrus the Great, or other symbols associated with the Achaemenid Empire. This blending of the modern Shah with ancient symbols was a powerful form of propaganda. It suggested that the Pahlavi dynasty was the natural continuation of this long and proud history. Many commemorative coins were issued to mark specific royal events. For example, coins were minted for the Shah's coronation in 1967, his wedding to Farah Diba, and the birth of the Crown Prince Reza. These events were celebrated as national milestones, and the coins helped to spread this message. The coins were often made of gold and sold in special presentation cases. They were bought by Iranians and collectors around the world who were fascinated by the glamour of the Iranian monarchy. These coins were not just currency, they were souvenirs of a royal story that captured the world's imagination. They represented a time of wealth, glamour, and growing national confidence. One of the most important themes on the coins of this era was development. The Shah launched a series of ambitious reforms known as the White Revolution. These reforms included land reform, literacy campaigns, and industrial projects. Some commemorative coins were issued to celebrate these achievements. For example, a coin might be minted to mark the opening of a new dam or a steel mill. These coins showed images of progress and industry. They carried the message that under the Shah's leadership, Iran was becoming a prosperous and powerful modern nation. The coins were a way of telling the Iranian people that their future was bright under the Pahlavi monarchy. So, the most famous commemorative coins from the Pahlavi era, they were created for, well, one of the most extravagant parties in history. Back in 1971, Mohammad Reza Shah hosted this massive celebration to mark the 2500th anniversary of the Persian Empire, which was founded by Cyrus the Great. This event, it was designed to showcase Iran's ancient history and, its modern success to the entire world. Heads of state and royalty from many countries were invited to this lavish celebration at the ancient ruins of Persepolis. To mark this grand occasion, the Central Bank of Iran issued a stunning series of commemorative coins. These coins, they're perhaps the most famous and sought after of all modern Iranian coinage. The design of these coins was deeply symbolic. On one side, there was the portrait of Mohammad Reza Shah, linking him directly to the celebration. And then, on the other side, it showed the cylinder of Cyrus the Great. The Cyrus cylinder, it's an ancient clay artifact from the 6th century BC, often described as the world's first charter of human rights. By putting this image on the coins, the Shah was, sending a powerful message. He was presenting his own rule as a continuation of Cyrus's legacy of justice and tolerance. The coins were a piece of political communication, arguing that modern Iran under the Shah shared the same values as the ancient empire it was celebrating. These coins were produced in both gold and silver, and they were minted to the highest international standards. The quality was, exceptional, with sharp details and a brilliant finish. They were sold in beautiful presentation boxes, often with certificates of authenticity. These coins, they were aimed not just at Iranians, but at international collectors and investors. The celebration, it was a global media event, and the coins were part of the spectacle. They were tangible, valuable souvenirs of a historic moment. For many people around the world, these coins became a symbol of the glamour and ambition of Pahlavi Iran. They represented a nation proud of its past and confident about its future. Today, the coins from the 2500th anniversary celebration are highly prized by numismatists, which is the name for people who study and collect coins. They are valuable not only for their gold or silver content, but also for their historical importance. They represent the peak of the Shah's power and his vision for Iran. However, they also represent a moment of great controversy. Many Iranians felt the celebration was too extravagant and disconnected from the lives of ordinary people. In this way, the coins tell a complex story. They are beautiful objects that celebrate a glorious history, but they also symbolize the growing gap between the monarchy and its people that would eventually lead to revolution. The Iranian Revolution of 1979 changed everything in the country, and the coins changed with it. The monarchy was overthrown, and the Islamic Republic of Iran was established. The symbols of the Shah and the ancient empire were no longer acceptable. The new government needed to create a new identity for the nation, and coins were an important way to do this. One of the first and most dramatic changes was the complete removal of the Shah's portrait. All images of Mohammad Reza Pahlavi and the royal family were eliminated from the currency. The Pahlavi crown, a symbol of the monarchy, also vanished forever from Iranian coins. In place of the Shah's portrait, new symbols appeared that represented the values of the revolution. The government was now based on Islamic principles, so religious and political motifs became central. The old lion and sun emblem, which had been used for centuries but was also associated with the monarchy, was replaced. The new official emblem of the Islamic Republic of Iran was placed on the coins. This emblem is a stylized rendering of the word Allah in Arabic script. It is also shaped like a tulip, which in Iranian culture is a symbol of martyrdom, honoring those who died in the revolution. This single symbol powerfully communicated the new identity of the state, religious and revolutionary. The themes of the coins also underwent a complete transformation. The celebrations of ancient kings and royal birthdays were gone. Instead, the new commemorative coins began to mark important events of the revolution and the Islamic calendar. For example, coins were issued to mark the anniversary of the revolution itself, held every year on Bahman 22nd, which is February 11th. Other coins might commemorate important religious holidays or honor the founder of the Islamic Republic, Ayatollah Khomeini. The calligraphy on the coins remained beautiful, but it was now used to write revolutionary slogans or verses from the Quran. The coins became a tool for teaching the principles of the new Islamic State. The transition was not instant. For a short time after the revolution, the mint continued to use the old coin designs, but simply defaced the royal symbols. You can find coins where the Shah's portrait has been counterstamped or overstruck with a new design, effectively canceling out the old regime. These coins are fascinating historical artifacts. They capture the exact moment of transition, a time when the old order was being erased and the new one was still being formed. They are a physical representation of a revolutionary struggle, showing the clash of two very different ideas of what Iran should be, all on a small metal disc. After the revolution, Iran was soon involved in a long and difficult war with Iraq, which lasted from 1980 to 1988. This period had a profound impact on the country and its people. The themes on Iranian coins during and after the war reflect this experience. They speak of resilience, sacrifice, and faith. The war was often referred to as the Holy Defense, and the coins helped to promote this idea. Commemorative coins were issued that honored the soldiers and celebrated important victories. The designs often featured symbols of steadfastness and struggle, reinforcing the message that the nation was united in defending itself against aggression. These coins were not just money, they were morale boosters. A very common theme on post-war coins is martyrdom. In Shia Islam, the idea of sacrificing one's life for a just cause is highly revered. Many coins were designed to honor the memory of those who died in the war. Instead of portraits of kings, the coins might feature symbolic imagery like tulips, which represent the blood of martyrs, or eternal flames. The calligraphy would often include phrases honoring the fallen. This was a way of connecting the sacrifices of the Iran-Iraq War to the foundational stories of Shia Islam, such as the martyrdom of Imam Hussein. The coin served as a constant public memorial, reminding people of the cost of the war and the importance of faith. Religious sites and figures also became a major subject for commemorative coins. The new government wanted to emphasize Iran's identity as a leading Islamic nation. As a result, many coins were minted featuring beautiful engravings of important holy shrines. For example, you can find coins that show the shrine of Imam Reza in Mashhad, one of the most sacred sites for Shia Muslims. Other coins might commemorate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad or other important figures in Islamic history. These coins served a dual purpose. They were a source of pride for a religious population, and also a way of projecting Iran's Islamic identity to the rest of the world. The artistic style of the coins continued to evolve, but the emphasis on beautiful calligraphy remained. Persian script is an art form in itself, and the coin designers used it to create powerful and elegant compositions. Verses from the Quran, sayings of the Prophet, or revolutionary slogans were woven into intricate designs. Sometimes, the calligraphy itself would be the main feature of the coin. This focus on the written word, rather than on human portraits, is a characteristic of Islamic art. The coins of this period are a beautiful example of how this artistic tradition was adapted to express the political and religious ideas of the new Islamic Republic. In more recent years, the themes on Iranian commemorative coins have become more diverse. While religious and revolutionary anniversaries are still important, the coins now celebrate a wider range of national achievements. This reflects a country that is focused on progress and its place in the modern world. You can find coins that celebrate Iran's scientific and technological advancements. For example, when Iran successfully launched its first satellite into orbit, a commemorative coin was issued to mark the achievement. These coins send a message of national pride and self-sufficiency, showing that Iran is a modern nation making contributions to science. Cultural and historical themes have also returned, but with a different focus than during the Shah's era. Instead of celebrating kings, modern coins might honor famous Persian poets, scientists, or artists from history. For instance, a coin might be issued to commemorate the great poet Hafez or the philosopher and physician Avicenna. This is a way of celebrating Iran's rich cultural heritage without focusing on the monarchy. It highlights the country's long history of intellectual and artistic contributions to the world. These coins help to build a national identity based on culture and knowledge, connecting modern Iranians to their brilliant ancestors in a non-political way. the artistic design of modern Iranian coins continues to be of a high standard. The use of elegant calligraphy and Islamic geometric patterns is still very prominent. The designs are often a beautiful blend of traditional motifs and modern aesthetics. For example, a coin celebrating a technological achievement might combine an image of a satellite with traditional Persian patterns in the background. This creates a unique look that is both modern and distinctly Iranian. The mint has also experimented with different metals and finishes, producing coins that are visually appealing to both the general public and dedicated collectors. These modern coins are an important part of how Iran presents itself today. They tell a story of a country that respects its religious faith and revolutionary history, but is also forward-looking. They celebrate science, honor cultural giants, and mark national milestones. Just like the coins of the Qajar and Pahlavi eras, they are a mirror reflecting the nation's priorities and its sense of self. By looking at these small metal objects, we can see how Iran's national story continues to evolve, blending tradition with modernity and faith with progress. They show a nation that is proud of its past and confident in its ability to shape its own future.